Jessii V, and the topic for today's video is phone calls from the grave. So this is about weird things that have been happening to people's phones, like they've been getting calls from loved ones who have passed away, receiving weird music that they never downloaded, just strange things happening on people's phones that should not happen. Before I get started though, I just want to let you know that we have a bunch of new stuff on the website. We have something called llama corns, which are literally cute little llama plushies that have wings and a unicorn horn. I mean, what's better than that? They come in 2 different colors. We also have restocked one of the aliens. It's the gray alien named Bob. He lights up and we restocked just him right now, so if you would like him, I've linked it down below along with the llama corns. And also, just a reminder that if you would like to join my channel memberships, it's that little join button down below. If you can't see it on your phone, you probably have to go onto a computer or laptop, but I have just filmed a video for members about the Monster High dolls, so that should be coming out in a day or two. So if you would like to watch all the dark truths about that, definitely join the channel memberships. It's just another way to support me, but I just want to mention again, it's not taking anything away from my normal content. I will still be posting as many videos as usual. That's just like extra content. But yeah, if you want to see the Monster High doll scary stuff, you can join. Alright, so let's get right into today's video. So this is definitely some dark content we're about to get into. A lot of the times when someone you love passes away, you wish there was a way to talk to them one more time. Some people report they received phone calls or voicemails that they believed are from their deceased loved ones. Sometimes they come through as eerie, otherworldly static, while other times the ghostly caller is able to communicate one last message. So the first story I'm going to be telling you is called I'm Okay. This is about a guy who was sitting in his living room with his grandmother. They were just chatting, having some snacks. He was trying to cheer her up because his grandfather had just passed away. Suddenly the house phone started ringing. She picks up the phone and her face went completely pale. Then she hung up and started crying. She explained to him through her tears that his grandfather had just called her. She said she recognized his voice right away and he was whispering to her that he was okay and told her that she would be okay too. Now they had been married for 61 years and were still madly in love when he passed away. So this is a very sad story, but in some way it's still eerie to me to receive that one last phone call from somebody. The next story is called Canceling a Delivery. This is about a guy whose grandmother had ordered some items from a catalog right before passing away. Now his dad popped over to her house around 2 weeks after she died and found a "We missed you" card on the doormat. So he called the distributor to explain what happened and to ask if he could cancel future orders. When he said he was calling on behalf of the grandma, the man stopped him and said that he had already received a call from her canceling her orders. He said it was only 2 days ago, so the father said that was obviously impossible because she had passed away 2 weeks ago. The guy insisted that's what happened, saying Granny had apologized and said she was unexpectedly going away. How eerie would that be? She literally called from the grave to cancel her future orders. Next we have something called Unearthly Music. This is about a girl that received a phone call on her landline soon after her father passed away in 2006. Now this number came up as unknown and she wasn't in the mood to talk to anybody, so she just let it go right to voicemail. She let the answering machine pick up as she listened, and what came through was nothing of this world. She heard this unearthly music. The way she describes it, she literally says, imagine the flowers and butterflies were able to sing. That's how she would explain it to people. It was almost just literally inexplainable. When she heard this music, she was covered in goosebumps from head to toe. And there's actually a very similar story that I found. It's called Butterfly Cry. This was from 2018. This girl was sitting on her couch one day scrolling through Instagram listening to music when this unknown song started playing on her phone. She had never heard it before and she knew that she had not downloaded it, and when she looked at the title of the song, it was called Butterfly Cry. She too was unable to describe the sound she was hearing. The song was so bizarre. She said the closest thing she could compare it to is if she was hearing the muffled sound of someone screaming in the wind, and in the very background it almost sounded like wind chimes. Now her sister had passed away 5 months prior and butterflies were her favorite thing in the world. So for some reason she felt like this was a message from her, but it wasn't a very heartwarming message. I mean, the song had muffled screaming in the background. Why would her sister be sending her this awful music? Anyway, she deleted the song and it haunts her to this day. So if you ever get a song like this on your phone, maybe don't listen to it. Next, we have a story called I Love You. About a week after this girl's great-grandmother passed away, she went to visit her grandparents and they were all sitting around talking as usual with nothing out of the ordinary. Well, suddenly their landline phone rings and the phone number on the caller ID shows no name, and it only showed the numbers 000000000. Now, her grandfather had always done this joke when he receives a phone call from an unknown number, and he says,
I don't know anyone with the name 000000000.
That is really hard to say fast. But this time, that was actually the number calling him. It wasn't just a joke. So a minute later, it shows that the ominous number left a message on the answering machine and they played it. As soon as they played the message, there was about 10 seconds of just pure static. Like someone had abandoned the connection, but then it stops. And they heard a woman's voice say, I love you. They all immediately turned to look at each other and didn't say a word. Then there was a few more seconds of static and the voicemail ended. So they truly think it was the great-grandmother calling, and she wanted the grandparents to know that it was her, so she used that very strange number that the grandfather had always joked about. And lastly, we have a story called The Disconnected Phone Number. This is about a girl whose grandmother passed away in 1996. Now, she had outlived the grandfather who had passed away in 1989. After her death, the girl had her utilities disconnected and the home and farm were sold pretty quickly. Now, in 1999, the girl was running her family's newly opened business that was in a town about 120 miles north of where her grandfathers were from and buried. One day when the phone rang, she couldn't believe what she saw on the caller ID. It showed that the call was coming from her grandparents' long disconnected phone number. This phone number should not even be in operation anymore. Her grandfather's name was also displayed on the caller ID. When she answered, there was no one on the line and she has no explanation for how this happened. So yeah, that would be super eerie. So those are all the stories I'm going to be telling you today. If you've had anything like this happen to you before, definitely comment down below. I find this to just be so eerie and sad and dark. Whenever I do videos like this, I get this weird feeling come over me. I don't really like it too much. Anyways though guys, I hope you enjoyed today's video. Don't forget, if you would like any of the new plushies, our restocked light up alien, which is probably gonna go really quickly because oh my gosh, every time we restock, they're gone in like 5 hours. If you would like to become a member of this channel, I am posting the Monster High video in a day or two. But yeah, I hope you guys have an awesome rest of your day and I will see you in my next video. Bye!